when I meet a puzzler. I know they are friendlies together.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this EJJ competition with the 50 Plus Club and 2 puzzles tonight. Welcome to all our participants and greetings to my co-hosts Fuji and Anami.
Hello!
Hi, Fuji.
Hopefully Anami made it by now.
I made it, yeah.
Yay!
Oh, there I see. Hi, Anami.
Hello, I'm sorry I'm late. I was slower with my last puzzle than expected.
Some last minute training for Munich.
Yeah, it's actually the last evening I can puzzle, and I was like, I have to fit 2 puzzles. And then I thought I'd choose an easy one, but yeah, it was, maybe you remember it?
The fish puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a bit tricky when you hit the background.
Yeah, exactly. Or the edge.
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, we have a lot of folks watching tonight. We also have many people who've been arriving into Munich, doing some sightseeing, ready for the World Series that I'm sure we're all very excited and anticipating for. And if there are some new puzzlers around who don't know what the World Series is, you can watch the live stream on Friday and Saturday on the Speed Puzzle World Series YouTube channel. It's going to be amazing, I'm sure. So yeah, but tonight, this is the last EJJ before the competition, before the World Series, and we have a 200-piece and a 300-piece puzzle. So Anami had the question for our participants about what are the advantages or disadvantages of having 500 pieces split into 2 puzzles? Do you approach the puzzles differently? So I'll throw the question first to Anami. What do you think about that?
Yeah, for me, it was interesting because I didn't really know what to answer to my question too. But I would prefer, like, it's easier to approach to a puzzle because you have less pieces, so you can't really get overwhelmed by it usually. And then I usually do 200 pieces for training, and I never did a 200 and a 300 after each other. So I don't really have a clear answer. Sorry to disappoint you.
How about you, Fuji?
If I'm completely honest, ever since Anami shared the question, like we had like a discussion before it was sent out to the competitors, and I've been thinking about it since, and I don't think I do anything differently. Like, I feel faster. That's basically it. So I do exactly the same strategies. Yeah, it's just less pieces. I do think that it's really nice to split and sometimes work with a smaller piece count because you don't have to pay attention to that many things. So it's easier to handle. And I think that sometimes these little puzzles can really help you like build up speed. And yeah, find some techniques that makes you faster on 500 pieces as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I find that these smaller piece counts are good for new people. So if I'm traveling somewhere and we're going to meeting friends, whereas I bring 500 pieces for myself, I know that people will get on better with 200 than 300. So it's like a nice a nice piece count for newbies or those people who don't want to be puzzling for too long. Something I'm still not sure about is like the border pieces. Like I don't know yet, like the approximate. I haven't done enough or really paid attention enough to the proportions of the border. So sometimes I misjudge that, but in general, I just think they're really fun. And yeah, when I don't have the energy for a 500 piece, then it's nice to take out a smaller one. All right. So yes, if you listened to some music before, that was Mineke, our Dutch puzzle lady, who's called Lisa by in the YouTube chat. That was a song she made for the Euro Jigsaw Jam. So it looks like we are ready to start, but I'm just going to read some of the comments in case there's anything left. And congratulations to Bernhard and who became a father for the second time on Saturday, and his newborn is sleeping. So let's hope that the newborn sleeps enough that his puzzling doesn't get interrupted.
There is a question in the chat if there is a set order of the puzzles.
Yes, so that will be explained when you time to pack away your warm-up puzzles, because we are now ready to unwrap the box, and then I will the boxes, and I will also explain the order of this. Okay, so everyone can now unwrap their puzzles and make sure to remove any stickers or plastic as well. So tonight we will start with a 300 piece puzzle and finish on the 200. And this just means that it's easier for our supporters behind the scenes who are helping me, letting me know who's about to finish, that everybody starts on the same puzzle and everybody ends on the same puzzle. So take the 200 piece puzzle and just place that off to the side. It's got a lady with purple flowers on it. And everyone will start with the windmill and the sunset. Yeah, and just something to keep in mind is that the portrait of the lady, that is actually a puzzle in portrait orientation. The box is square, so some of the image is cropped. So if you want to see the full image, you need to use the back of the box. Whereas the windmill, which is in a landscape image, landscape orientation, it's the same on the box, on the front of the box as the back of the box. So purple lady off to the side. Check that stickers and plastic is off, and then everybody should have the windmill in front of them. Everybody will start with the windmill. Okay, it looks like we are ready to go. So as normal, we have a 2-hour time limit. Now, when you finish the first puzzle, you do not need to write done or anything like that. You just like push it off to the side, and then you can start on the next one. The virtual assistants who are helping me in the background, they will have eyes on a lot of people. So if you want to record the time for the puzzles, then you need to record that yourself. Only click the blue done button when both puzzles are done. And when you click the done button, have ideally both puzzles on the table when you finish. Okay, we have some people who are just arriving any moment now. We are starting with the 300 piece puzzle and finishing with the second, finishing with the 200. So unwrap, start with the 300, and we are about to start. So let's do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, everybody. So I'm going to hand over to Fruji, who has the puzzles in front of her, to introduce them, and I will retreat to the back of the scene.
Yes, so since we're starting with the windmill, I'm also going to present that first, which is this puzzle. And I really love how everyone in the chat is saying that this is a quick one because of the gradient. Because I have to admit, I have done this puzzle, I think at least 3 or 4 times now, because I'm not very good at gradients. So this is a perfect puzzle to practice that, I think. It has a huge gradient. So my best time on this was 20 minutes, which I think says pretty much everything about how I do with gradients. Yeah, there's a big chunk of sky on it, but whoever likes busy puzzles can also start with the windmill and the landscape in there, because those are pretty straightforward. And from then on, it's really just a very, very good gradient practice. And then once we are going to reach the second puzzle after the gradient, that is going to be this flower lady, which is called Violet, the 200 piece. And I think I'm going to show the back of the box instead, because this is the full picture. So as usual for these small puzzles, the front is cropped and we have the full picture on the back, which might be important instructions to our competitors. So if you're listening, then keep in mind that the full picture is on the back of the box. And it's a really colorful picture with all kinds of flowers on the top of the head of a lady. And we're going to see how fast that one is. The flowers, I think, are way more tricky than what it looks like, but it's also doable. So yes, we're going to be seeing that. My time was somewhere around 17 minutes on this. I think 17 minutes and 2 seconds. Have you ever done any of these puzzles before, Anami?
Yes, I actually did the windmill. I had to check the time because I really love gradient, and I think I just did it like 2 weeks ago, just to have a quick gradient puzzle. I really liked that. And then the pink lady, I didn't do exactly this flower lady, but I did something like that. I think there is a series because I ordered one of them with the HHAs. And there is another one I had in a competition. So they look really nice, but the pictures are a little bit tricky because it's a lot of flowers and you have to know where they go. So it helps that it's only 200 pieces and not the 500 pieces, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely. And the orientation of the flowers can be really tricky. So you might assemble a flower, but you don't know where the top and bottom is. So we're going to be seeing that. But first, it's going to be the windmill. And I already see our first few competitors on screen. We're starting with Jay today. So we're going to be introducing everyone. First is Jacqueline from Germany, then Jane from Denmark, then Jim from the Netherlands, Johanna from Finland, then Judith from Germany, and Jukka from Finland, who is also going to be joining us later today to chat with us a little bit. He's also going to be at the World Series, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, so how did you start your puzzle, Furushi?
This windmill one, obviously, I tried to do everything that is not gradient at first. So that was actually done very quickly. Like all of these very strong gradient puzzles usually make me doubt if I see as many colors as other people do, because I really struggle with gradients in general. So I basically built everything that is not gradient, and then I kind of not really sort, but build by shape and not really by color, like roughly color. Yeah, like I can tell the difference between the purple and the blue, but like the blue tones, I struggle with it. So for me, that's basically the order.
So let's help the people out there puzzling if they listen to us. So the blue is a little bit darker on the right side. And then you have this wonderful windmill part. And then the blue gets lighter and lighter and lighter to the left. So if you see a very light blue, whitish piece, it should be on the left side in the middle. And then the same with the pink. So if you start with the pink on top, the pink on the right side is more dark than on the left side. And that's something you can like follow the gradient. Maybe you should do it again, Furushi, and going from dark to light.
Oh, I have tried all kinds of ways already. So I think I have done this puzzle about 3 times now. In the meantime, we have on screen Karen from the United States, then Katrin from Germany, Kenneth from Denmark, Kinsley from the US, Christina from Hungary, and Laura from Denmark. And obviously, with 300 pieces, we have a shorter flipping time. So people have been pretty much done with flipping around, I would say, 2 minutes. And we mostly see edges being formed. So most people are starting with the edge, which does help in the case of smaller puzzles, because most puzzlers, I think, rarely do 200 or 300 pieces. So it's harder to have it in your head how big the picture is going to be. So it helps a lot to have the frame so that you know where you're going to be placing things. Even though with a gradient puzzle like this, I don't think many people are going to pick and place, but still, it's very useful to have the edge.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like Michelle said, if you're not used to do 300 or 200 pieces, it's hard to have the size of the puzzle right. It usually seems to be like smaller than you expect it to be.
Yes, that is true. It's somehow always smaller.
Yeah, except you do it 1,000 piece puzzle.
Then on screen now we have Lea from Denmark. Lena also from Denmark. No, Lena. Do we have Lena on the screen? No, I don't think so. Then we've got Lilian from Germany, Lina from Lithuania, then Lina from Germany, Lindsay from the UK, and Elizabeth from Canada. How did you approach the puzzle, Anami?
I actually wanted to start with the gradient, but then I saw the windmill part in the blue. So I first assembled this, do you call it wing? I don't know, the wing on the blue side, and then I built around it. But I for sure started with the gradient and actually finished with the house.
That's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I think it would be faster to first build the house and then like build the sky around it, because also the trees are really easy here because you have maybe, I would say, 15 pieces with green. So you could also start from down with the yellow grass, and then you proceed to the green, and then you have the yellow sky, and then you just go up. And then I think you might end with the blue, because the blue part is the hardest part of the gradient sky.
That is true. And we do see on Lina's screen that she is doing that approach. So she's building from the bottom up in this case. So most of the edge is done, and that like yellowish area on the left side of the picture is already assembled. So she's doing amazingly there, basically with the bottom part of the puzzle already done. And it looks like she already sorted also the white areas of the puzzle. So that's what we are seeing at this point.
Yeah, they are just on the wrong side. They should be on the left. But she will for sure move the white pieces. Yeah, I think if you start from the bottom, you don't necessarily need to have built the whole edge, because then you don't really need it at the beginning, and then you could like start from the bottom and then build the edge at the end, or when you're done with the bottom. I just think pink on the edge above, on the top, would help you getting rid of the dark pink pieces, because they are really, for me, they were really obvious, but I really like pink. That's something that pops out for me all the time. For some it's red, for some it's blue, for me it's pink.
Interesting. What is tricky though is that there's two different pinks on this picture. So if you actually like sort out the pinks, you kind of also have, and you want to start with them, then you have pink on two sides of the sky.
Yeah, but you have dark pink on the right, left, like the right top side, and then you have a lighter but still, let's say, sharp pink, and then the pink on the bottom is more yellowish pink to explain. So if you put the pieces beside each other, you see one is more yellowish and the other one is more pinkish, and then you know yellowish is more to the yellow sky, and the pink is more on top.
Yes, that is very, very good advice. And we have some new competitors on screen. This is Lotta from Ireland, Luann from the US, Lynn from the UK, Lynn from Belgium. Then we've got, I think it's Margit from Germany. Yes, that's Margit from Germany, and Margriet from South Africa.
So we really have people from around the world again here.
Yes, we do. And there's my person, Lynn. Lynn is doing the windmill first, as far as I can see. And we have a basically fully formed windmill. The entire roof and the wings is what I'm going to call it, is basically already assembled. And it feels like she's starbursting out of the windmill there.
Yeah, that's good. I wonder, I think it's here in this puzzle, it's more clear where to start. I think everyone will find a start in the puzzle. Whereas on the second puzzle, I think it's going to be a little bit harder. And I really hope people were listening that there is the picture on the back of the box, because if you are not used to the Ravensburger 200 or 300 piece puzzles, you forget about it. And then something on the picture is missing. And I don't know how long it takes to you to realize that it's not the whole picture.
Yes, I think with a lot of people who are starting out with one of these 200 or 300 piece puzzles, a lot of people have fallen into this trap that not the whole image is shown on the front. I, for one, have fallen for that trap with my very first 300 piece Ravensburger. I never realized that there was more of the picture, so I had a big bunch of pieces that I didn't know where they go. So it took a while.
Yeah. So I just realized, Dorothea Gradich, if you listen to us, your camera is off. Would be nice to see you too.
And we're going on with our competitors on screen. So we've got Malina from Germany, then Maria from, there she is, from the Netherlands, then Maria TB from Sweden, then Maria A from, I'm trying to find where we are, Sweden, then Marta from Germany, and Michael from Germany.
Yeah, so we have already the first guesses on the YouTube channel. Somebody says it's 35:12 for the total time of the two puzzles. Then we have 36:12 or 41:32. So what do you think? I think it's going to be in between 35 and 42.
I also think so, because it does change a lot that you have the two puzzles separated. So those who have a usual time of like 50 something, 50 plus, then they're more likely going to have a faster time, because just the smaller amount of pieces does make you faster. It's easier to find your grip of the puzzle with less pieces. So I would also guess somewhere around 38.
Yeah. And you know, the good thing is when you feel fast, you have this positive feeling and you are like self-confident, and then you push these pieces in there. And I think most will don't really struggle on the first puzzle. Even if you don't really like gradients like you still have an approach to the puzzle. You still have something where you can follow. And if you can't follow the pink, you can go for the white. And if you can't follow the white, you can go to the yellow or to the green. So you always have like possibilities of resetting yourself so that you don't get frustrated. And I think this helps to be positive and stay positive throughout the whole event today.
Yes. And we do see Marina is doing extremely good progress over there. And Gaza has already checked it on My Speed Puzzling for us. Marina has done this puzzle before a couple of times, and her best time on it so far was 25 minutes. So she's most likely going to beat that.
Okay. So does she know how much improvement she had in between the tries? That would be interesting. Like, can she improve again by the same amount of time or not? Because I think some puzzles, I don't even know how I could do them faster. And then there are puzzles I know exactly where I made my mistakes. That doesn't mean that I change it. Sometimes I make the same mistake like twice or 3 times or even 5 times. But I think I never did a puzzle 5 times. So yeah.
We are going on with competitors here because we still have a lot of participants to go through. So we have Michelle from the United States, then Nadine from Germany, Natasha from Austria, who is also doing incredible on that bottom section there. Then we have Nicole from the US. She's registered 2 times. Then we have Nina from Germany and Nina from Slovenia.
Yeah, actually, Austria has their nationals this weekend. Poor Austrian, they will not be able to go to Munich, or maybe they decided to go to Munich instead of the nationals. So yeah, special shout out to all the Austrians who are here and preparing for their nationals.
Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate that the two events overlap. So the Austrian competitors, had a hard decision to make. I'm not actually sure how many people from Austria are participating in the World Series, if at all. I can't
I will
exactly remember.
go and check that.
Yeah,
I
go check that.
Never checked that, but yeah, I just, when I saw it, I was like, oh no, I don't even know. Like, I know what I would have done last year, but this year, not sure. So there is one Katharina Edlinger, but she is actually, like, she's living in Switzerland. She's living in
Okay.
Munich. So maybe for her, I had to ask her on the weekend why she chose the Munich over Austria. Maybe because all of us are going there.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Freya is asking in the chat if there is a puzzle shop anywhere in Munich, and I don't exactly know. So if anyone does, then let us know in the chat. It would be maybe good to know, even though it's going to be hard over the weekend, because for those who don't know, the 1st of May is a public holiday, so everything's going to be closed. Then on Saturday, yeah, it's the weekend and it's already the event going, and then shops are closed in Germany on Sundays. So unless you're spending a little bit longer in Munich, so maybe tomorrow, then you're going to have a hard time going to any shops. Also considering snacks for the day, try and shop ahead of time, because shops are going to be closed.
Yeah, it's like in Switzerland, shops are closed on Saturday normally at 5 or 6. So if we take Saturday as a reference and you want to stay till the award ceremony is over, you have 1 hour to go to the shop and shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have some new people on screen, which is Nora from Finland, then Paulina from Poland, then Ramona from Switzerland, and Ramona is crashing that sky. It's pretty much all done, and it looks like she's literally going row by row from the top of the puzzle. So Ramona is crashing the puzzle, doing incredible. Then we're going on to Rena from Germany, Rike from Denmark, and Sabrina from Germany.
Yeah, Ramona is always a little bit in the shade of us other Swiss, but she's usually faster than you would expect. Like, she didn't do the puzzle yet on my speed puzzle. It's not in there. So it would be nice to have a fast first try for her.
Definitely. And yeah, I see in the chat that Ramona is doing typewriter style with the puzzle.
Yeah, maybe she did the like Puzzle Pulse once had a challenge where you had to assemble the puzzle row by row, and you were only allowed to have, like, I think if you placed 8 pieces in a row.
I don't want to interrupt, but I have to, because Annalise is done with the first puzzle and she's opening the second one already. So you have had, basically sub 20 for the first puzzle on 300.
Well done, well done. And
incredible. And it looks like we're also going to keep Ramona on screen so that we can also see her switch. And also Marina is getting very, very close to finishing the puzzle. So she's also going to be way under 20, 25 on this puzzle now with this try.
It's going to be fast.
And then Maria TB is also getting close to finishing the first puzzle. So from here on, it might be a little bit confusing going on with the introductions, because we still have a good number of people. But we're also seeing people finish their first puzzle. So we're going to have to see that. And that's also a really good thing about these two puzzles, that they are smaller, that you can actually have both of them on the table. Like Annalise, she basically just like pushed it a little bit to the side and going on with the 200 already.
Yeah,
same for Marina, who is doing that right now.
Even smaller. So now it feels like, oh, it's only 200 pieces. Let's do it.
Yes, it's going to be fast. We might be somewhere in the low 35 with this.
Yeah. Like it depends on how they can deal with the flowers, because the 200 pieces is for sure more difficult than the 300, because it's so different. And I wonder, now we are in the middle of the questions I have, or the question mark I have. What does it do with you when you were the first person to switch? Like it's a second challenge, like at World Series. You are first. What does it do? Does it mean, oh, I'm hunted? Or is it, oh, I'm first, okay, just proceed? Or for Annelies, who finished second with the first puzzle, is it like, okay, I'm so close to Ramona, I like speed up even more? So I really wonder what happens in the head of these amazing puzzlers.
Yes, that is a very, very good question. because yeah, they might not even realize that they're the first. It depends on whether they are listening to us or not. And Freya is also switching with for the second puzzle.
Yeah, perfect. So we have the 3 first finishes of the first puzzle. And it looks like, if I look around, it looks like we have many who are like they have done half of the first puzzle already.
Yes, it looks like it. Aaron is also so close to finishing.
Yeah. So
Doing
just
incredible on that puzzle.
To make sure for everyone who is in the 50 plus club, you will not get out of the 50 plus club if you finish under 50 minutes today. It doesn't count, right?
No, that has to be a 500.
Yeah, and we have Sebastian, who also switched to the second puzzle. So, and we thought we have more time to introduce everyone.
Nope. And we might not really make it, because I have kind of lost the overview. We're basically just seeing people who are finishing their first puzzle. Yuka is also super close. And yeah, Gaza is asking in the chat, does anyone else find the bags for the Ravensburger 2 and 300 way harder to open than the 500s, which I think is the case. I have also noticed that you don't have a good grip on them.
I'm just bad in opening any bags, so I don't think I'm a reference.
It's such a thing of luck for me. Either I get like the right angle and the right spot, and then it opens up very, very easily, or then you have to like stretch and put your fingers in there and just like try and like prise it open.
So what I discovered is that there are holes in the bag, and if you put your finger into the hole and you pull it outside like this, it rips a little bit easier. But I actually don't remember if there are holes in the 300 or 200 piece puzzles.
Oh, and I have to point out that Fanny has also switched to her second puzzle. She's also one of our Hungarian competitors today. And yeah, I always put a special cheer out for Hungarian participants in the EJJs. So today it's Christina and Fanny who are doing amazing, both of them. So, yay.
And we have Annelies who is still puzzling. Yeah.
I just see people switching nonstop. Aaron is also switching in just 2 pieces. Yes, switching over to the other piece.
Is about to finish the first puzzle. And Vesna is doing great today.
Also, Lina has switched. Yeah, we're just going to have to just keep seeing people switching over to the puzzles.
Yeah, and it's good to have like everyone on the same puzzle, so we know who is on the second one and who is on the first one. That really helps us. It also helps
the order.
To have deciding, like, what would you have decided if you would have had to choose?
I would have gone with the harder first. So I would have gone with the gradient.
I just wanted to ask, which one is harder for you? I would do it the other way around.
Yeah, I think most people would, because yeah, I kind of feel that the gradients are easier for most people, especially if we consider the World Series. I didn't see that many people train specifically for the gradient challenge, because that is supposed to be the fast one, and everyone was training for everything else. But for me, it's the other way around.
Yeah, but actually, yeah, it's such a pity that you don't, like, I really hope you get the puzzle so that you can check which challenge is like your challenge. Yeah, I just like I just like gradients, and I always end up like if I do pairs with Patrick, I always do sky and gradients, and that's actually the only occasion I can do sky. When I do teams or pairs with other people, there's always other people who want to do sky, and I always say, okay, go and do it. I do something else.
Well, it's easy for you because you're fast on everything. But one of the reasons I love the team and pair competitions is that I can just give the sky to whoever else, and I don't even have to think about it. I can sort it out very well because I just throw it away from me as much as I can. And
Bad.
something like that.
Yeah, but you should actually train your weaknesses.
I do have a couple of gradient puzzles just for that. I did get, I think one of the best puzzles for practicing gradients is the 500-piece Cloudberries, which is just a pure gradient. I have done that a couple of times, and there's some 1,000-piece gradients as well that are all really, really good. But I just like busy puzzles. So it's also a thing that, it's you do want to train your weaknesses, but you also want to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah. So we have the same, let's not say problem, let's say situation with other people who know when I puzzle with this person, I do the sky, and if I puzzle with this person, the sky is his job or her job. That's how we are. We can adapt to the situation. If you want to do sky, go for it. I mean,
yes.
I would enjoy it, but I always find something, like Patrick says, every puzzle is the most beautiful puzzle you can do at the moment. So whatever is in front of your table, that's the best thing you can have.
Yes, that is true. And I also tried to keep to that mentality. And I want to point out Rike's method of using the boxes. There's a big pile of boxes there just in front of each other. And the other shout out is to Daphne, who has also Judy, the judging owl, sitting on the table.
Yay, Daphne. Judy, or yeah, I think Judy is the name, right?
Yes, Judy is the name of the owl. And I also noticed that Daphne is wearing the USA Jigsaw Nationals shirt because, for those who don't know, she has visited the US Nationals to be there as a helper, and she has switched. And so she helped out there, and it must have been an incredible experience to be at US Nationals.
Yeah, and I really love that. I mean, Daphne travels around the world just to be a volunteer. I mean, how amazing is that? Like going there, not participating, but meeting people and helping. And I never been a volunteer like in puzzling, but I can imagine it's the hardest job you can have because you are always on your feet. You have to be aware of every puzzler. Like you cannot say, okay, this row will be the first. You always have to be there because there's always somebody who is not like, you don't have him or her on your screen. And she did it a whole weekend.
Yes. I do respect all the volunteers very, very much. What I find unbelievable is the pressure that you have to cope with, because all of the puzzlers are doing their best to have their best times, but they need a judge to be there. So to be able to always be there and not miss people finishing is, I think, a lot of stress for an entire day if you're helping out at a competition. So big respect to anyone who is volunteering.
Especially with people being so fast. It's about seconds now. And if you are there a second late, you could not have a new world champion because you just didn't do your job. And they do it for free. I mean, it's just amazing. And they all love to puzzle, right? So I thank you. I think there's always, that's a good opportunity to say thank you to each and everyone who ever did a volunteer at a puzzle event or think about doing it. It's a great way to see how crazy we are. And we have a lot of people finishing on screen and off screen. It looks like maybe a third has finished the first puzzle. I think Rika has her box pile because she just wanted to save time.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah, don't move it. It's okay. Or maybe she moved it because of us. Yeah. So we saw like different approaches from Ramona and Annelies for the second puzzle. So Annelies was doing the edge first, and now is filling from outside to the inside. And Ramona first tried to do something else, and I think she realized she might get stuck soon. So she also did the edge as a second thing. But she has like piles, different piles of pieces which belong together, I guess. And now she's trying to find an approach from outside to inside. So it looks like Annelies took over the lead at the moment. So Ramona, please speed up. We want to have a Swiss winner today. Don't want to put pressure on you.
Go on, everyone. You're doing incredible.
Yeah, and we have a mentioning from YouTube. Lise says, judging requires so much communication. You need a great team to accomplish it. And I totally agree with that.
That is very true. And also, last 50 plus club competition for Annelies. So we are really hoping for her to go out with a bang. So it's going to hopefully be a tight competition for first place tonight.
Yeah, it would be nice to finish with a first place, though.
Yes, of course.
That's for sure. So, yeah, now I see Judy too. I didn't see her before.
Yeah, if you're just looking at the small screens in the Google Meet, then you don't really see Judy. But we are at 32 minutes now, so we are getting closer and closer to the predicted time of the first finisher. So everyone, chop, chop.
Yeah, but that's what I thought. It's going to be slower to do the 200 pieces because like on the 300 pieces you had like I said, it's hard to get stuck. You always have something to do next. And now with this purple lady or pink lady, you have flowers, you have many different colors, but they are on several places. So yeah, it's not easy to know where. I would say, even though I wouldn't do that, check the box more often because the box will definitely help with this puzzle.
Yes, that is very good advice. The box does help you a lot. What I found really confusing on the picture was actually surprisingly not even the flowers, but the hair of the lady is what I struggled with the most for some weird reason, because you have those lines going and I had like a hard time navigating those, but the picture helps. So look at the picture.
Yeah, I like, what's the name of the puzzle, like the whole name?
Violet.
Just Violet? I will go and find it. So we also have the information that we have more people who are close. So Sebastian and Marina are close. And I would even say Marina is in the lead, actually, because she only has, I would say, 50 pieces left.
Ooh.
She has like the top assembled, and Sebastian follows up from the bottom. So he built the purple dress and now is going on to the face. So he builds up the face.
Yes. You are going to have to watch out for me a little bit because I can't switch the screens on the Google Meet because it is kind of freezing for me, and the live stream also just went dead. So I can't follow what is happening. And do I see Katrin already finished? Yeah, we had a finisher.
No!
3409.
We missed it.
Katrin is done. Katrin is done. We missed the first finisher. It's
Oh, no, I'm
us.
so
Congratulations,
sorry.
Katrin.
Very good.
Yeah, I was just saying that like the screen just like stopped functioning for me, and that was just enough for me to not see that Katrin has finished. Incredible.
Well done,
Congratulations. Katrin from Germany, 3409. We have our first place.
And I found the picture. Now I know what you mean with the hair. So it's a lot of like red pieces could help you, I would say, because there is not that much red pieces and a lot of purple. So I would say Marina is going to have second place because she only had 3, 2, 1,
3, 2, and one more.
One more.
And one more.
Now
and another one.
And then second place for Marina. Congratulations. So
35, 31.
Yeah, exactly. So the time for Katrin was 34:09 and the time for Marina was 35:31. So we had a sub 35 for the winner. So now it's
Very good.
on the last spot on the podium. We have 3 people who could make it on the screen. We have Annelies, Sebastian, or Ramona. And yeah, I hope we don't miss somebody again. So I have to check for a sec.
The only thing that is hard with these 2 puzzles is that unless you have a separate timer, you're not going to know what time you had on the each individual puzzle. So unless we caught it on the live stream, it's really hard to follow it back unless you had a timer that is ready for that, or possible, or 2 timers or something like that. Yeah, actually to test out the puzzles and see my own times, I did stop my timer while switching to the second puzzle just to have the times ready, because otherwise I wouldn't have known.
I would have done the same, actually. But yeah, here, I mean, not everyone can have a husband like Vesna who is there and pushing the button and
keeping track
to the side.
Yes, that is true. And it's also so interesting to see that, you know, we have a 50+ club competition today, and people who usually do 500 piece puzzles over 50 minutes all of a sudden have a sub 35 or sub 40 just because the 500 pieces are separated into 2.
Yeah, and we see Annelies with the last pieces. She has like 4 pieces left. 3, 2, 1. Come on, last piece. And done. Annelies takes the last spot on the podium with 37,
and just follows by
33.
Margit from Germany. 4th place.
No, 3 seconds behind. Yeah.
Just 3 seconds difference. So we have our podium. We have we have Katrin from Germany with 34:09 on first place, then Marina with 35:31 on second place, then third place Annelies from Belgium with 37:32, and fourth place Margit with 37:35.
Well done, everyone. Really good. And Annelies finished her last sub or 50+ with a podium. Like with a bang. Great work.
It was indeed a bang.
Yeah,
and we had some more finishers because Safira from the Netherlands with 38:17 is also done. So we are going to have some insane times today, as we can see. So finishes are just rolling in. There's so many people just closer and closer to finishing.
Yeah, and I really hope they can maintain the speed they had at the beginning or at the end of the 300-piece puzzle, because sometimes, like that's what somebody said with the question. Sometimes it's hard if you have 2 puzzles and then you are speeding to finish the first puzzle, and then you have to flip and sort with the second one. That could slow you down a little bit and like break the rhythm. So let's hope that people don't really struggle to have a second puzzle with a total different like image.
That is so true. And I completely forgot that people have actually been sending like pretty long responses to the question today. And we were so caught up with showing everyone and trying to keep up with the switches and the finishers that we didn't even read out any of the answers.
Yeah, so maybe I can read something from Marina. She says, like our second place, she said, I don't approach the puzzles differently. Instead, I try to do smaller puzzles the same way and think of them as training for 500-piece puzzles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm checking if Katrin wrote something, but she didn't. But we have like Sebastian, who just finished as 6th with 38:59. He wrote, yeah.
And Nina from Slovenia also 7th place, 40:17.
So it's 3 spots left in the top 10.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Sebastian said you have less information to parse. The more pieces you have to look at, the more difficult to find everything from a certain section or color. You also have more edge pieces, so doing the border first makes a lot more sense with 500 pieces. I usually don't do the full border of a 500 piece puzzle.
That is actually true, that you have like a larger proportion of edge pieces than with 500.
Yeah, I always like Jim already told us like 100 times how many pieces the border is, and Ramona finished ninth, and Maria Andrea was just in front of her. So there's one spot left in the top 10.
Very good, very good. And yeah, however many times Jim has said how many pieces and how many edge pieces there are on a 500 piece puzzle, I still can't remember the number. Something like 100, or?
We should, you can, I'm pretty sure you have time to talk about that.
Most likely we are going to have time for it. For a Minaka is saying in the chat, for a 300 the border would be 68 pieces, and for a 500 it's 86, so it's not even close to 100.
Is she sure? I thought it's 100 and something.
I also thought it was 100 and something. Are you sure? Let us know in the chat. We don't know. We got confused.
Maybe somebody is puzzling right now a 500 piece puzzle, like casual puzzling, and has time and muse to check it for us.
And just to count the edge pieces. And we do have our 10th finishers, Freya from Denmark with 41.34. Congratulations.
So we have a top 10 with 41.34 in a 50 plus club. Isn't that amazing how fast these are?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. So I am checking Dora for a second.
Yeah, we have to check on Dora. She's also going to be participating in the World Series this weekend, so it's going to be very exciting to see her puzzle in the live competition.
Yeah, she said she wants to train to count pieces so that she's faster to count her pieces, so that she makes sure that the challenges start on the right time.
Yes, Minaka has broken down the number. It's 17% of the puzzle, 86 pieces. So yeah, that's how much it is. I believe you. Thank you.
I also believe you.
If
So
you ask me tomorrow, I'm going to forget already.
So maybe I can. It's funny because the 300 pieces has 68 and the 500 has 86. Isn't that funny? Like just the numbers. Yeah, so I checked on Dora. She is on the very not liked gradient part of the first puzzle. So Fruity, I think she might be you.
She might be me.
Yeah. She did the pink on the top edge, and she's now on the light pink on the left edge and has the light blue and the white pieces.
And Yuka's also done with 12th place and 43.35. So incredible time as well. Amazing.
Yeah, just after Laura.
Yes, very good. I'm also thinking we can slowly have our first interview. Do we have our first finisher still in the call? Is Katrin still here?
I think she is actually.
Katrin, if you're there, let us know. We would love to talk to you.
She left.
She left already.
Yeah.
Then Marina, maybe.
Marina, if you're there.
We're going to catch someone for an interview later on, but
yeah,
I do see Marina.
Yeah.
And I love the background again in Marina's screen because I do know that those rosettes are from dog shows. Hello.
Hello. Nice to talk to you.
How are you? The sound is breaking up. Is it just me?
No, I also have struggles to hear her.
Is it better?
Yes. How are you? How was the puzzle?
Yeah, I loved 200 and 300 puzzles, so it was very fun. I really enjoyed it, and especially the 300 one. I really liked that one. I have a bit more trouble with the flowers for the 200, but so that's what good that it was the smaller one with the flowers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think that might have been like a conscious choice from Michelle to like kind of get a 200 that is maybe a little bit more challenging. How was your approach to the puzzles?
So when I started with the 300, I did the edge, and then I tried to grab one section at a time, like that stood out to me, like the yellow, and then the grass and the roof of the building, and then I took each. I don't know what they are called. You have 4 of them in the windmill.
We called them wings, but we don't know if it's right.
Yeah. I tried to take out only one wing at a time, so you can see that they all are different.
Yeah,
you're
that
right.
is a very good hint as well. True.
Yeah. So try to take one section at a time.
So are you the person who usually does sky when it comes to pairs or teams puzzling?
Sometimes, but not all the time. We have some other in our team that's are really good with skies. So, but this one is like so nice with the gradients. So I really like this puzzle.
And
Yeah.
what happened in your head when you realized, oh, I was really fast on the first puzzle, I could like maybe win? Was it a good thing or a bad thing?
I didn't think about that because I took out the sound, so I didn't know how I was doing compared to others. But I felt that it went very fast. I think it's it's like the best time I ever done on a 300. And then I was like shaking so much when I started with a 200. So just to not get panic.
I know exactly what you mean.
That's something that Anami was also musing about. If when you know you've been fast, if it has like a good effect on you or bad.
Yeah.
Especially for like people like us, we are not used to this feeling that we are in the front, right?
No.
So you don't know how you react.
No, so when I was finished the second puzzle, and I said, look at the counter, and it was like number 2, and I was like shocked. What? Is this real? Is it working?
And it's a well-deserved.
I was so amazing. I was so happy. So it was very, very nice. Because when I do like 500, my times are coming down, but I'm never like in the top when it's 500 puzzles and so on. So this was very nice. Pleasant.
Yes, and like the normal competitions, it's so very hard to get close to the top. It's a rare experience to be on the podium.
Yeah.
And that's why I love this 50 plus club. Because I think we could we have to talk to Michelle. Maybe there is also something you could do like a 60 plus club or a beginners EJJ where only people can participate who never participated in a puzzle competition. Because what I see with my friends when they hear about these competitions, the first question is how fast I am, and then they got very intimidated because I'm too fast for them, and then they are like, everyone is there who is fast, and then I don't go there. Dora finished the first puzzle. Sorry.
Yay!
Good.
Yay!
Yeah. No, but
50.
When I started doing these online competitions, I was like I was in the back always. So I train a lot and I really enjoy this. So yeah, I slowly see my placement going up and up. So, but never this high.
And then, yeah, basically the question in relation to that is, which is your favorite kind of puzzle and which is the one that you're the faster with? So what kind of puzzles do you do really fast?
Yeah, I think if we think about 500 pieces, it's collage often. So then it's like smaller puzzles in a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. Yeah, so I like that, but yeah, like in the not too busy, but not too plain images either. So something in between.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the other question is, are you going to Munich?
No, I'm not. I will follow it from home.
Oh,
So I'm not going this year.
yeah,
But
but at least you got the competition experience today a little bit.
and I've been traveling a lot this spring. I've been like in Sweden and Finland and Norway also. And then I'm going to the Nordics next month. So
Oh yes, true. The Nordics is also next month. Are you doing any specific training for that?
I do a lot of 500 puzzles and also smaller puzzles to get my speed up.
Have you
How many
been to the Swedish Nationals?
Yeah, I was there.
Were you in the infamous round with the red of Sea of Red?
Yes.
No.
Ooh.
I was. Oh my God. Yeah.
And you still like to puzzle?
Yes, I do. And I felt so because I was pairing up with Maria TB, that's also competing today.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, okay, we're two. We can do this. We try to do our best. Just puzzle on. If we think it's difficult, everyone else also thinks it's difficult. So we just did our best, and we didn't finish the puzzle, but it was enough to get to the final. So yeah,
That's
the
that's
final
what's
was
important.
yeah.
We have like a message from Katrin. She said sorry that she couldn't stay, but she really enjoyed the 200 and 300 piece puzzle, and she can't explain why, but somehow she is so much faster on these than on 500 pieces. So she will for sure stay in the 50 plus club for a long time.
Yeah, she's basically saying she's far from leaving the 50 plus club.
Yeah.
So it really shows that what you, Marina, also pointed out in your answer to today's question, that it's like the splitting, it divides into two puzzles and it like gives you the satisfaction and it's easier to go faster. So yeah. I really like that one and that answer that you gave.
Yeah, because I think I have only one puzzle under 50, and it was like with 5 seconds under 50. So for 500 for a first try. So this is so much faster.
I just want to make a special shout out to Chiara from Ireland, who lives in Switzerland. She just finished as a 52nd. So we have like more than half finished already.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we have 55 finisher out of 94.
Yeah.
And also another important thing to point out, which is completely unrelated to puzzling, but on Daphne's screen, you can also see a cat in a box on the side.
I have to check it.
It's really fun to see the cat in the box.
Isn't that always puzzle related? Because half of us have experience with puzzles and cats. Do you also have a cat, Marina?
No, I have a dog.
Which breed is it again?
I have a Australian Kelpie.
Oh yes, true. I think we talked about this at one point.
Yeah. So
I'm a huge fan of Kelpies. So yeah. I have a very good friend who breeds Kelpies. So
you do.
I know a little bit about them.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
when I puzzle at Maria TB's house, then then we will have some company by her cat.
Ah.
Yeah, I have some rats or had rats. I only have one now because the rest died. But I once put them on the puzzle, and they were like the one who's still alive. She's like not impressed at all. And then I was eating something, and then the puzzle was missing a piece, and I didn't know why. And then I found it in a very secret spot where I also found a grape. So apparently my rat was liking the pieces and taking one piece to eat it later. So I never put her back on the puzzle. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
Daphne
really
just
fun to
finished.
puzzle with pets around. Yay!
Well done, Daphne and
And
Judy.
I also have a suspicion that we might clear the room. Basically, everyone I see is on the second puzzle, and we only have like 30 people still puzzling.
I see the cat, sorry. Hello, kitty. Oh, I'm pretty sure she normally isn't allowed at the table. She looks like,
Most
"Oh,
likely,
what
no."
do I do here?" Oh. I actually
Love the
Dora
cat.
promised me to be very fast so that we can clear the room. So
We might actually be very close to that.
yeah, I mean the second puzzle, like Marina, would you agree that the second puzzle was harder than the first one?
Yes.
Okay. So
It was harder, but it's fewer pieces, so that's good.
yeah. But we have to stay positive. So whoever is on the second puzzle and you struggle, it's the most beautiful puzzle you ever had on your table, and you will love it because the picture is really nice. As soon as you're done with the last piece, you are allowed to enjoy the picture.
Yes.
And Maria TB wrote in the chat, huge congratulations to Marina, such an amazing and well-deserved placement.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
And we also have a question to check on Chantal de Jong. I will check her.
Very good.
Yeah, she is. Oh, she is on the first puzzle, but she is about to finish. She is on the blue part, but she has, like, I would say, a hard table chosen for this puzzle because you can't really, like, the blue on the gray table might be a little bit difficult to see the gradient. But Chantal, if you hear us, you do amazing, and you are still on track to finish the 2 puzzles today.
You can do it.
Yes, that marble color kind of thing, it's not making it easy to see the pieces.
Yeah. But she's doing great. She's still moving fast. That's what I love to see. Even though if you struggle and you can, like, progress your speed again, that's really good. That's a good ability which can make you faster and stronger as a puzzler.
Yeah. When I started, I did 300 puzzles, 300 pieces. It took me over 1 hour. So
Then you have done amazing progress then, since you've been training speed puzzling.
Yeah.
Marina, do you still have any advice for those who are puzzling?
Yes. Try to look at find like one flower at a time if you're on the second puzzle, like the white one or the orange one or the gray one, and try to find the pieces for them so it don't feel so overwhelming.
So Chantal, if you hear us, your pairs partner from Worlds gives a very special shout out to you. Don't give up and go on like you already did the past 50 minutes.
Whoop, whoop. And we're just over an hour now. So those who are still puzzling have been puzzling for an hour, which is, yeah, already challenging because the more you are into the puzzling, the more tired you get, your brain gets fuzzy. I think it's the hour mark that is like kind of kind of like a breaking point. Well, not so to speak breaking point, but it's like the point where you can like break down in energy a little bit. But if you push through it, it is going to get back to speed again.
Yeah. But you have to be able to push through it. And that's something that only you experience, because the top puzzler, I don't see them puzzle on a 500 piece for an hour. So they don't know how you feel. And you are doing amazing.
That is very true. Well, Marina, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It was very nice to chat with you for a little bit. And congratulations again on second place.
Thank you so much, and good luck in the competition. And I will follow from home. So good luck, everyone. And for them, they are keep on puzzling. Bye bye. See you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. So maybe she will get used to your voice at least next 2 weeks, like the 2 days. I wonder if you can still speak after this whole weekend with Jim.
Well, it's going to be fun. Like before the European Championships, I was doing, so to speak, training to be able to speak for that long, because there it was also 2 days long of hosting the entire live stream. And this time I wasn't exactly doing that, but now I'm also kind of counting on Jim doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So I'm not that nervous about being able to hold on for that long. So hopefully it's going to work out. And yes, Minika, I'm commentating all the rounds in the competition. So I'm not puzzling at all. I'm going to be commentating everything with Jim. So we are going to be permanent hosts of the competition.
Are you doing breaks in between the challenges so that you can like have something to eat or drink, or is it like a constant live stream?
Well, as much time as we have between rounds, basically.
Yeah, but you don't have to commentate the counting on of the pieces, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be exciting also for you, because it's new puzzles, and I expect some sub 30 times at some challenges, so there's
Definitely,
not
yes.
like that much of talking without having finishers.
Yeah,
I think it's getting hard to have to say everything you want to say before the first finishes.
yeah, that is very true. And also, it's just we're also going to have interviews coming in, so it's easier to work. And I do like it very much that Jim and I also have no idea what the puzzles are going to be. So the organizers put a very big emphasis on us not being able to see what the puzzles are going to be. So we are going to be just as surprised as everyone else, including with the surprise puzzle. We also don't know what brand it's going to be, what image it's going to be, nothing.
Do you have any suspect brands?
Yes, but I'm
listen
afraid
to Adam?
No, I didn't, not yet. I didn't have time. So I still have to take a look. I do have my suspicion. I'm not sure if it's going to be that, but yeah, I'm not sure if I want to say it out loud just to be proven wrong. What are your suspicions, Annemie? If you say it, I say it.
No, I don't really had a suspicion. I was going for Cherry Potty because nobody suggested it, and I really like the piece cut. But like also the pictures. But Adam said something which he is so good in thinking. I'm too stupid sometimes. So he said it must be a brand that doesn't really need the spotlight on it, because Ravensburger gets the spotlight, Gibson's gets the spotlight, and you see the numbers on my speed puzzling are increasing with Gibson, so people are buying Gibsons now because of World Series. So it must be a brand that doesn't care about that. And if you see it like that, there is not many brands who say, you know what, I don't really need this shootout. So it could be Speedmaster, which produces puzzles for speed puzzling, or it could be what I really would like, a total new brand which was invented and has his step into the market on World Series, which would be also really nice.
That would be pretty cool, yes.
Yeah, so I don't say what Adam says because I don't know if anyone wants to know. But if you want to know, I know I shouldn't, like, it's a little commercial for Adam's podcast. But he did predictions, also the top 20. He did predictions on every country, who he sees as first of the country. And there were some hard decisions he had to make. For example, Poland, Germany, USA. Who will be first in these countries?
Mhm.
Yeah, and when he started when he said the top 20 and he said the first name, I was like, okay, I'm screwed, because I was secretly hoping, dreaming for maybe a top 25 spot. And when he mentioned top 20, I was like, okay, top 50 is the best I can get.
Yeah,
because I
and
somehow forgot.
I found that also, like, I was kind of thinking at one point, like, where I could place, and I was thinking, like, I would be struggling to be in top 100. And I think I'm like a decent speed puzzler. I'm not among the fastest, but I'm also not slow, which I know. And I think I would have a hard time to be in the top 100. And yeah, that's incredible. But also, Line Beate's guess is also interesting, which is Peace House, because that's well, she's saying Australian, but it's actually a New Zealand brand. So it would be something from down under. But then I'm also going to make my guesses as well. I was thinking Cobble Hill for some reason, and Speedmaster as well.
Yeah, Cobble Hill, because of the speed runs in the US, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
I was also thinking about an Australian brand, but since I don't know an Australian brand, I'm screwed. I don't, like there was an HHA with the hexagon shape. That was a New Zealand brand, I think.
Wasn't that Peace House? Michelle,
Could
help
be,
us. Was that the Peace House?
Maybe, because Line Beate usually participates in HHAs, so that might
Yes.
be an approach.
The only other puzzle that I can think of, which is Australian, is Reverie, but that is, I think, too much of a luxury brand for a speed puzzle competition. So I don't think that would be one. And I have another suspicion that I'm not going to say out loud. If it is, I will tell you in the live stream when it really is that puzzle. But yeah, I don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah. Line Beate says, yes, it was Peace House. I was just wrong about the origin. Okay, yeah, Peace House is an Australian brand. Okay. Yeah, somebody says Puzzle You. So I made Puzzle, but that's so close to Ravensburger. I mean, I would be a little bit disappointed if it would be not on, because it's like Ravensburger. But I'm pretty sure.
Cut, yes.
Yeah, but I'm not the guess type of person. I just, like, I can't do anything about it. I just open the bag and I really hope for nice puzzles, and I love unbox. So whatever is in this bag, I'm going to like it. So,
yeah, I also agree with you. I think the puzzles are going to be incredible, whichever way it is, and I just can't wait to see them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really hope, and I think that's why they also don't show the puzzle to you. I really hope there is no spoiler at all, so that we sit there and we have no clue at all. That would be just amazing, because that took so much excitement away from so many competitions. Also, German nationals, you saw the first round and you knew the second round will be the other puzzle. So yeah, that's half of the excitement I have for competitions, is to get to know the image and then to also puzzle them, but knowing the image.
I think that it helps a lot that the organizers wanted to do their own puzzles. So these are not commercially available puzzles, which they have been saying as well, that you can buy it and pre-order it on the website, but otherwise it's not available anywhere. So the people who make like a hobby out of going through the Ravensburger cloud all the time and just copy pasting images, they can't find them because they're not commercially available. So that, I think, is going to help a lot with the leaks. Yeah. And then because one brand is completely unknown, most likely it's not going to be, people don't know where to look, which also helps.
Yeah. So we want to have another interview, I would say, right? Because It's not all about World Series. So if Annelies or Margriet is there, we would love to talk to you.
Yes, please.
Because
Join us.
Annelies was our third place and Margriet was just 30 seconds behind her on fourth place. So are you there?
Or it could be Jukka, because
Oh,
we had Jukka and Alexandru invited, and we should actually, basically chat before everyone finishes.
You're right. Just one short shoot out to Chantal, who finished the first puzzle. Go
Yay!
Chantal!
And I can already see Jukka. So, hello.
Hello. So I will be away for a second because I have to switch on my light.
Then just a shout, a quick note for Alexandru. You will be next after we have talked with Jukka for a little bit. So, hi, Jukka. Hello?
Let's see. Do you hear me?
Now I hear you, yes.
Good.
Congratulations on 12th.
Yeah, thanks. I was hoping for top 10, but yeah, quite okay.
Well, it was extremely close. So you were just 15 seconds behind 11th, and then basically just like a minute after the 10th. So it was super close. How were the puzzles?
The gradient one I liked. I'm hoping for. I've been practicing gradients for the World Series a bit, and yeah, that's like the only thing I'm even reasonably good.
I think I can see the cloudberries gradient on the corner of the table next to you. So that's exactly the gradient puzzle that I was thinking.
It's the cascade.
Ah, yeah, it's not the exact gradient, but it's the one with the circles. Are you also someone who struggles with the gradients?
No, it's more like that. It's the only thing I'm even reasonably good. So then I'm wanting to get even like one good finish in the World Series, like in top 150 maybe. So it's like if I do good, then it's like the just downward slope after that. So yeah, I'm totally glad that Gibson's.
Oh yeah. And I think the gradient challenge is also the first one, if I remember correctly. So you want to start the World Series with a bang then?
Yeah, that's the plan.
And then, basically, what are your goals for the World Series, and how are you going to survive all the 6 rounds of the puzzling?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know how I should survive that. But the goal is like I want to do well in gradient, so like 150, maybe, hopefully. But then if I beat my seat of 267 in overall, then I think that is the goal in overall.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, but the table numbers are only for logistical reasons. That's what's written, because I think they didn't want people to get mad if they are not happy with the seat number. So maybe 260 is just like a coincidence.
Yeah, well, it could be. I think Dora was in front of me, so yeah, I think that maybe someone I could pass. But yeah, I think this 267 is like what I would think where I am.
Sorry, my live stream just cut out again, so I'm trying to fix my internet. Can you take over on me for a minute?
Yeah, all good, all good. So, what was your, like, how does it affect you if you have to interrupt your puzzling with the second puzzle? Is it something you like, or is it something you see, you think, oh no, I don't want to restart with the second puzzle in a competition?
I don't know. Well, in general, I like small puzzles a bit more. So yeah, this was a nice competition. I was a bit like I was annoyed that I missed the first one, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just that you finish and you start a new one. I don't think there is anything special.
Okay, because you said you like having the pieces close where you're puzzling, so you like to have smaller pieces, puzzles. Sorry.
Yeah, I think in general I'm a bit better in those compared to like my speed puzzling times. And then in 1000-piece puzzles I'm quite slow.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
did you know any of the 2 puzzles?
I haven't done any of these. I think I've seen at least something like these faces, but I think there's many of those, so I don't know if I've seen this one.
The violet
I have seen the
lady.
Deutschland puzzles, but I didn't remember this one.
Perfect. And which one did you like more?
Definitely the Deutschland one, the gradient. I feel I wasn't quite as fast as I would have hoped. But anyway, I like landscapes, so any landscape is great.
And how did you approach the puzzle? Did you do the edge first and then the windmill, or the green first or the yellow?
I think I did it pretty much from the bottom up. So yeah, the ground first, then the windmill and the red one, or yellow and red. And then I actually did the top edge in the last, so I kind of like went bottom to top.
So that's something like how you usually approach a gradient puzzle, that you first do the bottom and then go to the gradient?
I don't actually know how I decide my strategy. It's like just something that kind of like, you know, I usually sort those everything, almost everything in the beginning, and then it's like that the pie that looks the most nice, then I'll pick that one. And the ground somehow, like I did edges, and then there's quite a little ground pieces, so that felt like a good place to start. And yeah, it's
So
just
you let
like
the
I just
pieces talk to you.
whatever is like that sometimes somehow attracts my eye.
That's good. Yeah, I also like when I see the picture, my brain is shut down, and then I start flipping the pieces, and then the pieces tell me kind of where to start.
I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back. I've fixed everything.
Could you hear us?
Yes, I could. I hear that the pieces are talking to you.
Perfect. Yeah, and Bernard finished before the baby woke up, so that's a good thing.
Yes, I was saying it's a very cooperative baby.
Maybe
we
it's a beginner baby.
we also can't wait to have the baby in one of the EJJ competitions. We really hope that by the time by like 1 or 2 years old, they will be solving like 200 pieces.
Yeah, maybe we wait a little bit longer. Yeah. So you got the second puzzle. What did the pieces tell you when you had the second puzzle? Was it as easy as with the first puzzle, that you knew where to go, or was it a little bit more difficult?
There was 2 clear sections, like the purple like clothes one, and then the skin and the hair. So those were like I was looking at, okay, these are easy to sort, and I sorted them, and I also started from them. But then after that, and they went quite okay, not perfect, but quite okay. But they're like this mess of flowers. Yeah, I didn't have any good idea how to do it. So I saw some clean pieces, which I actually didn't notice in the picture. But the clean ones I saw in the pieces, and those I started and did. But yeah, after that, it was just a chaos of different colors, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Then you have to like, that's what I do. I decide on, like, when I'm struggling and I don't know what next, I decide on a color. Then I collect all the pieces from this color and try to assemble this island. And then I go for a next color. So like doing colors by colors, so that I still don't have the feeling like sitting there and not moving. because it feels like 1 second feels like 10 seconds, and then you're like looking there, and then I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm slow. So I try to avoid this and just go, okay, now it's green, or now it's orange, or now it's red, and then I just do that.
Yeah,
It is
well, my
actually very
pattern
good
style
advice.
is a bit like that. I look at the picture and I see that, okay, there's blue here, so I start looking more at blue pieces, and then like if they fit next to the blue one already there. So like I like big color areas and gradients, but when it's like that color changes every 2 pieces, then that doesn't really work. But I would need to look at the box and like decide that, okay, this is the area I gather, and but yeah, I somehow just can't do it as fast.
So would you do a different strategy if you would assemble the puzzle again?
Probably not. The only thing I kind of feel like that I was listening to you and I was hoping for like top 5, top 10, but then I heard that someone finished and I was just going to those flowers. And I kind of like mentally gave up that, okay, now it's gone. And then, yeah, then it was just like I was placing pieces there, like without any plan. So yeah, maybe I would try to do some kind of plan there. The otherwise, I think I just need to be faster, but the plan was quite okay, especially in the windmill one.
And you didn't finish in top 10, but you were really close. So you were fast. That's for sure.
You were fast. That
Yeah.
is very true.
Yeah, but it was my last chance. I have 7 puzzles under 50 minutes.
Ah,
The good thing is we always have things that we can improve, because we never finish first, right?
yeah, that is very true.
Yeah, that's something I don't know, maybe I kept telling me, because if I ended up on a podium, it was always second place. I never was first. Like, I was once first place in my whole life, before I started speed puzzling, and I was like, okay, maybe it's just my life plan, and that I always remember that I can be stronger, and I have the motivation to do more, to train more, because there's somebody who was faster or better. So that was my motivation to still going on, because when you are first, you are always the one who is hunted from the others. And to stay on first place, I think everyone would confirm that is so much harder than becoming first place. So you
Yes.
still have 10 or 11 spots to progress.
True, but that's many more when I get to sub 50 competition.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's still a very good motivational approach. I really like that sentiment, that, like, in general, I think that's also something about the internet. I have heard that in the crafting internet community, basically, that whatever craft you ever start, which is also true with sports or anything, there's going to be somewhere someone in the world that is going to be better than you. So you're never going to be the best, which is kind of a motivational thing. I find that kind of liberating as well, because you don't have to be the best, but you're most likely never going to be, and that's kind of good. It's a good feeling, because you always have something to learn.
Yeah, but you still need a goal that is reachable. If you know I will never be the best, that's something like, what do you aim for then? So,
For the little goals that you set for yourself.
yeah. So we have
true. I feel like I did okay, but I was maybe because it was like last only 50 plus competition I had. So I was hoping that little bit of extra. But
Yeah.
Maybe it
finishing
comes
with
in
a
the
bang,
future.
like Annelies. So we had somebody who tells the pieces of the second puzzle told me that I'm still not good with chaotic flower images. So it basically tells you, in between the lines, go and train these flowers and you will get better. And then next time you might not struggle. as much as you did today.
Yeah, so it's the takeaway of the day of like hopefully one of the two puzzles has pointed out something for everyone to improve, and yeah, it's always the next goal.
Yeah, exactly. The next goal, and not don't set like too high goals. Just go step by step, because you will progress. That's for sure. You just have to be patient. And I don't know if you ever listened to anything that Victor was talking in podcast. He started with over an hour when he started speed puzzling. So he was where everyone was. And that's something that I always keep in my mind when I'm struggling. It's like Victor worked hard to get where he is now. And like, we just have to work hard and train hard and see what weaknesses we have and work on these. And like, I understand that you might be a little bit disappointed that it's the last 50 plus and you didn't go to top 10, but I'm sure that you will learn from it and you will have a win out of it at some point. And then I hope you will realize it.
Yeah, we hope so. So thank you very much, Jukka, for joining us. Do you still have any advice for the puzzlers who are still doing their second puzzle? All of them are working on their second puzzle right now.
I don't know. I don't have any. Just keep on going. And yeah, be fast.
Yeah, that is already good advice. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much, and have
See
a
you
good
this weekend.
Yeah, see you
See
this
ya.
weekend. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
And
sorry, I see a tiger ente at Sarah's camera. Hello, tiger ente. Oh.
yeah, lovely. And we still have 3 puzzlers working, and Alexandru has already lined up to chat with us. So yeah, you can already jump into the call just to have a discussion.
Test. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Nice.
Hi.
Thanks for being as
Hello.
patient as you were.
Thank you. Thank you also. I'm still shaking for some reason. It's
Yeah.
it's
Is
not
it
my
because
best.
of the puzzles?
Yes. I didn't have time to do 200 plus 300 before DJJ. So last night between midnight and 4 in the morning, instead of sleeping, I did the 2 sessions and I got 44 minutes and 54. And one of the puzzles was the windmill one, which I really love. I had it already. I did it 3 times. So last night I beat my time by 3 minutes, and today I beat my time by another 3 minutes. So I was just, when I saw it, I thought, am I gonna do really fast, or I'm gonna just mess up all the pieces and not be able to do it really fast. So I really love it. It's my favorite. I like gradient. I like sky. I really love it. So
No, and you did finish really, really fast. So you had the time of 44:31 and 13th place. So just after
Yeah.
Jukka.
it's my best ever placement. Best one was 47th or something on the Spy Girls puzzle a few days ago. Yeah.
Then it's an incredible result.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, 200 and 300 puzzles. These puzzles, I've noticed. I personally get a lot higher PPM, like really high. So now I'm wondering, how can I keep that for 500? With 500, we can kind of drown in pieces, and it's more difficult to sort, I guess. So 300, I think my advice, I think this is good advice for people that want to get faster, to just practice with 200 or 300 that have the type of image that they're good with, and just get to that speed and stay there and enter that flow, and then kind of learn how to include more puzzles with things that you don't like or things that are more difficult for you, and kind of build slowly. Because with the second puzzle, it's lovely. It's really cool looking, but it's not my type of puzzle, and I knew it. And I thought, thank God the gradient one is first, and this one with the flowers is second. Like, I panicked a couple of times, and I didn't know where to go, which colors to pick. But I kind of reset everything, and I got on the right track with it.
No,
If you panic, it's also necessary that you switch off the panic right away. I know it's not possible, but like realizing, okay, a panic, I have to focus on something else so that panic is not the main thing in my head. And I think that's what you described really good.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if it was a good idea to listen to the commentary. I had it on the whole time. And when you guys started talking about the puzzle or the strategies or who is finishing, it didn't really affect me. Actually, it helped me for the flower puzzle, for the violet puzzle, because someone said to go for the purples or to go for certain colors. And I thought, oh, this is awesome. I mean, I'm doing a puzzle and I'm kind of listening ahead to what I was planning ahead in my head how to approach the second one already. So I think I'll do that again. And if I'll try one without, but I think it was really interesting to hear it at the same time. I wasn't too distracted, but I know there are people that turn it off completely because they can't focus. But I can focus, it's fine. It's weird that I was so nervous for this online competition because usually in person I have no issues. Like I've been to the European last year and Worlds, and some of my friends, I noticed they were very nervous right before, and I was just like, how does that happen? How it's the opposite. When I'm at home, I just, yeah, I need that intense competition vibe.
Yeah, then you basically have nerves of steel. And the nerves might have also come from your midnight training session because you wanted to do well, and yeah, it's the pressure that with the expectations that you set for yourself.
Yeah, it's also the excitement, liking the puzzles. Yeah, it's a lot of excitement, I think. Lots of chemicals.
That's good. So it's a positive panic.
Yes.
If we can describe it like that.
Yes, and it was actually a very useful exercise. In case I feel these things again, like I'll be able to kind of manage them better during a competition. And also I had some kind of healthy competition from afar. My friend Anna Maria was also in the competition. She's one of the founding members of Bucharest Jigsaw Puzzle Club, another member of our puzzle club here in Bucharest. So we usually she's faster than me, but we're starting to get the close times. There are all kinds of puzzles where we have very, very close times. It's ridiculous sometimes. I send her a puzzle and she sends me her time and it's almost the same, or a minute between us. So we're always kind of checking with each other. What was your time? What did you do? What was your position? And there are a lot more people in our group that do this. We do the same puzzles and we check each other's times and we kind of do it again if it's a minute or two slower and we do it better. So we're pushing each other up all the time. I really like that.
I'm actually so glad that you mentioned the Bucharest Jigsaw Puzzle Club, because that's something that I definitely wanted to ask you about. To tell us a little bit about like the speed puzzling and puzzling community in Romania, because I know that you have been very active.
Interrupt you, sorry for a second. Dora just finished. I'm sorry.
Yay, Dora is done.
Well done, Dora.
Yay!
She's really happy. I'm sorry that I interrupted.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, we have 2 remaining puzzlers and they still have almost half an hour to finish. So go, Lina and Chantal. You can do it.
You can do it. We're rooting for you. And now about Bucharest Jigsaw Puzzle Club.
Yes. Yeah. I think about puzzles nowadays all the time and everything relating to it. If you think about it, a bit over 1 year ago, there was nothing relating to puzzles in Bucharest, like nothing. You couldn't find puzzle swaps, puzzle competitions, nothing. And I think I saw a Karen's puzzles video about the 2024 Worlds on YouTube, and I learned about speed puzzling at one point, and I searched online in Bucharest or Romania, and I couldn't find anything. I wasn't puzzling, by the way, so I started puzzling about a year ago. So then I saw on Facebook some competition started in Romania, but in a different city, which is a bit far, so I couldn't go. And then in February of that year, a second one popped up. And then in March, the first one in Bucharest started. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to go. But don't have a puzzle. I don't do puzzles. I don't know anything about this. So I went to a supermarket and found the toy section, the board games section, and I got this puzzle with a lot of sky and forest and a castle in the middle, and I thought, this is a nice picture. And it took me over 5 hours or something like that. I couldn't believe how hard it was, and I thought, is this really speed puzzling? Is this for me? And it was 500 pieces. So I thought, but I wanted to go, so I signed up. I didn't know anyone that did puzzles, but the organizers, they're Creative Board Gaming in Bucharest. They organize board game events and socializing events. So they picked up the trend, maybe, I guess. And the local puzzle, we have a local company that produces puzzle in Romania. They have a factory here. They're called D-Toys. They sponsored these competitions, and various organizers in these cities picked up the concept. So they started doing teams competitions. So I signed up, and they just placed me with 2 other people, and we did a puzzle. And I think we got 2nd place or 3rd place with almost 2 hours. We barely finished it, and we got 2nd or 3rd place. So at that point, everyone was just a beginner. And from what I remember, Ana Maria was in the other group. They had 2 groups, and they got 1st place in the other group. And I thought, who's this person? Who's this team that got 1st place? How did they get 1st place? Did they do puzzles before? I didn't meet them back then because we were separate. But the 2nd edition, where I went again, and I met them and I talked to them. And after I started getting more puzzles, for some reason I was stuck with castles. I kept buying castles and doing them, and they were difficult, and I don't like them anymore. But I started asking people, do you want to meet up and do puzzles together? I started searching for a place where you can go and do puzzles. And there was nothing like that, nothing at all. I found a puzzle group. Like, we have Puzzle Romania, which has over 5,000 members. And this group was founded 13 or 15 years ago. So there were people in Romania that did puzzles or knew about puzzling, but speed puzzling is really new, and not that many people knew, maybe 1 or 2 years old, 3 maximum. And slowly but surely, I just went to everyone that I saw at this competition and asked them, hey, do you want to meet up and do puzzles? I can organize something. And some said yes, but I never heard from them again. But it is what it is. I'm lucky that I'm working at an escape room, and we also have a pub in the building. So I talked to the owners are also my friends. So I talked to them and asked them if they could let us host our puzzle clubs there. So our first puzzle clubs were just me kind of storing puzzles in our office and kind of taking them downstairs and setting up I had to change all the light bulbs every time because the lighting was really bad. And I had to do all kinds of changes like that. There are no places here that have good conditions for competitions. Restaurants, pubs, they'll have that light that's really yellow, orange, darker. So every time I would change all the light bulbs, I would arrange everything, I would set everything up, and still it wasn't the best conditions, but it was the best we could afford, and it was free. And I remember one of the first puzzle clubs was just me and another person. Someone just showed up, and it was just 2 of us. And we're like, okay, let's do puzzles now. So it wasn't canceled or anything like that. We just did puzzles. We did 2 or 3 puzzles. And my friends asked me, they showed up and they looked at us and were like, it's just you and this older lady? That's it? What are you doing?
That's dedication.
Yeah, I know. And then we started doing it with 10 people, and then 12, and then 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. And every time I went to a competition, whoever I didn't know, I would go to them and ask them if they want to be added to our WhatsApp group, community, if they want to show up. So it's like a salesman that kind of tries to talk you into buying something, I guess. Some people buy it, some people don't. Some people keep you in mind and they show up later. But that's the kind of work, I guess, you have to put in the beginning. If you're not running paid ads on YouTube, on the internet, or if you don't have a better way to, you just have to go and meet people and ask them and talk to them. At one point, so in the beginning, we had only one WhatsApp channel, chat, and it started to be so bloated with topics and messages that we just turned into a community with multiple channels for different competitions, different topics, puzzle swaps. So now it's like a really organized one with events and announcements and different chat channels and everything else. And we do multiple types of events in multiple locations. We started with this puzzle club, which was a socializing event around puzzling, just casual puzzling or speed puzzle training. And then we started doing a puzzle swap at the end of each month. We just bring all the puzzles that we've done and we don't want anymore, and we swap them with each other. So that has been really cool. And starting this January, we have also started our club's championship. At the moment, for logistic reasons, it's only open to members of our club. But basically, we wanted to get everyone in one place and just do solo puzzling, 500 pieces. But we have a lot of different levels, people in our club. So we had to find a way to kind of include everyone. So what we did is, with all the participants that signed up in January, we just did one puzzle and then we ranked all of them. And the first 10 formed the first league. The next 10 up to 20 formed the second league, and then everyone else formed a third league. So then starting February, we kind of thought, let's give the same puzzle to everyone, but first league only has 90 minutes to solve it. Second league has 2 hours and 15 minutes, and then third league has 3 hours. So we just made some rules and tried to kind of make it fair and organize it in that way so that it's easy to understand, but also accommodates everyone. And it has been
actually like that system very much.
It has drawbacks. Yeah, it has flaws and drawbacks, but at the moment it's a pretty decent system. And we also give prizes to top 3 in each league. So basically, the people in the middle and the people that are a bit new to this or a bit more casual and they don't do speed puzzle, they also kind of have a chance to get some prizes that are usually puzzles.
But then do you get like overlaps between the leagues, as in like someone signs up for the third one and then actually ends up being faster than the first one?
Yeah, there are some interesting things like that. So basically, the January worked as a classification round, and then after we allocated everyone to their leagues, after the second stage, the bottom 3 from each league go back to the second, the league under, and then the top 3 of each league promotes in the next league. And then all new participants go into the third league because we don't have a way to judge their level. So they just go to the third league, and we've had some good fast participants go from the third league to second league and then second to first, but they need a couple of months to advance to that level. So when they sign up, they signed up to the competition and they go straight to the third league. And everyone else that was from the beginning, they already have their league, either by the initial classification or the system where they advance or go back to the based on their results, basically. I tried to do it a bit like in sports in a way. There are all kinds of debates though about these things, but we're not sure. We might adopt a different system next year, but for now, we've fine-tuned this and we're going with this. Obviously, we're going to learn a lot, and maybe next year we'll keep it, we'll improve it, we'll do it differently. One option we thought about was just like a World Series, just use time as the score and just have everyone in one place, and that's it. And then each month, your time gets added to the general table, and that's more simple, easy to understand. It also accommodates everyone. And then you can turn the missing pieces thing into time, like with World Series. So we'll see. We'll see if we keep it. And there's also a fixed table point system. So based on the position you finish, you receive a number of points, and then we add those up. And it looks awesome. Like the monthly leagues and the general table, when you add up all the scores, it looks awesome, and it's so competitive at the top. It's amazing. We have something like 10, 12, maybe up to 14, 15 people that can solve puzzles around 1 hour or even faster, definitely under 90. So sometimes there are 4 seconds between them or 10 seconds, or it's amazing. It's really intense every month.
Let me cut in for a second because there's 15 minutes left for those who are still puzzling. So Lina and Chantal, you still have 15 minutes left of the competition.
Sorry,
and so how often do you organize competitions now?
The club's championship is the only competition that we have. So it's a monthly leg. Each month is another leg. It's a bit difficult at the moment to really organize more competitions. For example, we wanted to also have teams and pairs for our club's championship, but it's a bit too much at the moment to be able to get the puzzles, be able to kind of organize everything. And time-wise, not everyone is used to what we're used to when we go to Worlds or a huge competition. So we're thinking we're slowly going to introduce pairs maybe, and then teams. For sure, we're going to do stuff like that, but at the moment it's a bit difficult. It's hard to get 40 copies of the same puzzle at a decent price. In a country like Germany, for example, you have a lot more producers that are there. They're based in Germany. You have a lot of distributors. You have a lot of it's a bit easier to run a marathon or run a weekly competition. In Romania, it's a bit more difficult. We work with the Wheel of Puzzle. They are the owners of the brand Enjoy. I think you guys know Enjoy puzzles. They're very popular in Europe and in general. So he helps us with the distribution. We basically place an order. He gives us some options, what's available, what he can offer, based on the distributors that he talks to, and then we kind of pick one. I usually pick one, and then we go with that. But we've encountered situations where I didn't have any kind of options. They were saying, we only have this one in 40 copies, and I can give you this one or some other brand. So with Ravensburger, I've learned we have to kind of order it 3 or 4 months ahead. They produce it and then they can send it, but you can't have it right away. Some brands are more available, some are not. We didn't really get exactly what we wanted, but we adapted and we work with that for now. We're learning a lot about puzzle distribution and producers and stuff like that. Apparently, Romania is a small market, so from what I've been told, we have a bunch of websites that have a ton of puzzles, but usually you can get certain puzzles, and it's still a bit restrictive, but it's growing slowly. So
no, that sounds amazing. It's already incredible that so many people are jumping on the speed puzzle train in Romania, and that it turned into such a big community.
Yeah,
like it sounds like it's really, really active.
Yeah, sorry, I remember that you asked me something about speed puzzling in Romania. I think in Timișoara, there's another city in Bucharest. I think Gabriela is one of the first, and we have some Romanians outside of Romania, expats in other countries. I think they were the first Romanians to participate in Worlds 2024, 2023, or something like that. In Romania, we didn't have any competitions, anything like that. So everyone was doing puzzles on their own, at home. Usually people didn't know anyone else that did puzzles, so they were pretty separated. Maybe this community online, the Facebook group, that's about it. So here and there, some people started going to Worlds or starting going to Germany for a competition or two. Through some online resources, we kind of noticed, oh, who's that person? Oh, and I've kind of tried connecting all these people also in a group. So I remember making Speed Puzzle Romania, which was just a simple WhatsApp group. And I added everyone that I knew. Literally, I looked them up from the lists from Worlds and the European and anywhere that I could find. And I just searched them on social media and tried to talk to them, tried to send them messages. And again, some answered, some didn't. Some I eventually met in person, became friends with. But I added them to this group, and we started organizing ourselves better. And nowadays, it's just a simple message. We saw the Budapest Marathon in July. So simple message, hey, this is happening. Anyone going? Want to go? And there are 50, 60 people there, and they raise their hands. Hey, I'm interested. Hey, I can go. Hey, I want to go. okay, I'll sign us up. And then I gathered 4-6 people. We're still making our team. And now we can just go to that. Last year, I've been to the European, the Worlds, and the Asheim marathon, which was amazing.
I remember that there was a Romanian team in Asheim, yes.
Yes, and some of the fastest puzzlers were there. So it's like Anna and Gabriela was there. Like amazing. And Diana also, a friend of Gabriela. And they've also been to Worlds last year, and they were in the semifinal also. It was awesome to just, I didn't qualify for any other rounds. I did the qualification rounds. I was happy with my times. I did my best times there again. But it was awesome to watch them there. So that's how it grew. Basically, certain people kind of went and talked to other people that do this. It's a bit of work in the beginning to kind of get to know everyone and have them meet each other. But once you do that, everyone becomes friends and they start talking to each other, and they join a group, and you can just evolve it from there in any direction. So this year we're also going to the European, we're going to Worlds again. We're talking about pairs and teams. We're trying to organize ourselves to kind of be more like other nations that have associations and national championships. I've seen everyone with their T-shirts and logos and flags, and it was so overwhelming at Worlds last year. Well, I've learned so much and met so many people. I've been nothing but impressed by the puzzle community, and I think that I've learned a lot, and I kind of brought it back. So I came back with ideas. I came back with all kinds of, they can do it. Why can't we? Like, we can totally do it. So let's do it. So basically, it was an issue of nobody was doing it, or some people, very few people started doing it. And then there was so much room for, basically, we are innovators here now. We are doing all kinds of things for the first time because we didn't have this before. I listened to a podcast with someone from the US talking about when they were younger, in the 16 years ago, decades ago, and they had puzzle competitions and championships and stuff. I was shocked to learn that in the 70s and the 80s, you don't want to know where we were in the 70s or 80s. I mean, we are so behind. We are so behind with all this.
Well, I kind of know where we were.
Yeah, exactly.
In the 70s.
Yeah,
So it's
Central Eastern Europe. Yeah,
it is what it is.
yeah.
But I know what you're talking about with the speed puzzle competitions in the US. It's unbelievable that it has been in existence for that long. Like, there are puzzlers whose parents have been going to speed puzzle competitions, which is amazing.
Yeah. I think it was Peace Talks. I think you guys, Rob from Peace Talks.
Mm-hmm.
I've started listening to all his podcasts while I puzzle, usually 1,000 pieces, because then I can pay attention to what they're talking about. And I am so impressed how a 1 hour conversation, for example, can hold so much information. I've learned so much about puzzle production and puzzle distribution and puzzle companies and design and all kinds of good popular speed puzzlers and competitions and organizers of competitions. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So thank you to you guys, to Michelle, to Rob, to many other people that do podcasts and shows and they just talk like this. I love this involvement of random members of the community, and it's like everyone has something to contribute or to say or to add up to the information. Or you never know who's listening from a country that has no puzzlers, and they're listening and they're by themselves and they don't know anyone, and then they'll start a puzzle club. They'll advertise it on Facebook. They'll start something, I was really impressed at Worlds, for example, by someone from, I hope I'm not wrong, but I think she was from Guatemala or a South American country. She was the only participant in her country. She didn't come with anyone. And I remember she finished the puzzle. She started crying. I was right in front. She was right in front of me. She started crying. She called her mom or her grandma or something like that, and she was talking to her on FaceTime. She was crying. I couldn't. It was so difficult. I was almost crying. It's incredible. I can't imagine what it's like to just be the only representative of your country, or to just not have this. You look at USA, or you look at what do they have in there? It's like every state has an association, and then they have a huge USA association and like huge. They do puzzle competitions in every pub and brewery and restaurant, and they have puzzle swaps everywhere and puzzle shops, secondhand shops. It's crazy.
But that's our job to build this community and spread out, like you said, like a salesman, just go and talk to people. And I think many of us just went to a competition by themselves and realizing, oh, there is a whole lot of community there. And even though I'm the single one from my country, I'm still part of something very big. And that's also something that could like help doing what you did in Romania. I mean, that's a lot of work and a lot of time. And I think you just need to have one person who was at Worlds from a country and then spread what they experienced. And then it will grow in this country. And I think Guatemala, I think I saw some of them on rankings on the Colombian nationals.
Yes, they did. And I actually had a Guatemalan teammate at my first Worlds, so I was partly representing Guatemala.
Yes,
but then the other thing that I remember is that last year at Worlds, there was someone, I can't exactly remember from which country, but Michelle basically just grabbed her because she was also the only one from her country. And then there was a meetup for the German Association, and Michelle just took her with her and organized a team for her there on the spot, because there were people around who were there and didn't sign up for like the team competition. So in like one evening, Michelle managed to get a full team for her. And I think Michelle is going to say who that is.
Actually, we have almost 3-minute mark for the ones who puzzles. So it's time to go to the finish sprint and speed up a little bit so that you can put as much pieces as you can, because it's almost equal. I was still deliberating who is first. I don't really know who is a little bit further.
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Yeah. So actually, it's the same person. You're thinking of the same person. That was, Elisa from Guatemala. And yeah, on the live stream when she did her individuals, you see her like she's so emotional. I was commentating that round, and you could just see it meant so much to her to finish that puzzle. And I didn't know the extra part that after the script, the camera moved away, that she called one of her family members and had that chat. That's really beautiful. But yes, somebody met her, one of the Germans met her and realized she was the only one from her country and she didn't know other people, and brought her along to the German meetup. And as we were in the group situation, I was looking at her tag and I could see her lanyard with her sign, and she had only signed up for individuals. And I was just shocked. I was like, you came all this way from Guatemala and you don't have a pair or a team? It's like, you need to do pairs or teams. So I'm like, hey, who doesn't have a team? So then there was somebody's partner, someone's wife, somebody's mom. And then we had a team for her. So, and then that team finished like with 10 seconds to spare before the time ran out. So that was one of my favorite moments. But yeah, I think I think you're doing an amazing work there, Alexandru, in Bucharest. And I'm really glad that you stuck with it, even though at the first one there was, only one person came, or some people didn't reply to your messages. I can see that you're really motivated and you kept at it. And now you're seeing it, that you have to even break your groups, your WhatsApp group into multiple channels, and to break your championship into like 3 leagues. So I think that's really inspiring. And hopefully some people who are listening, whether they're in a country of smaller representation or maybe in a city or a region, that they would be motivated to also start something. But yes, we have 1 minute left.
1 minute left.
Yes.
So let's just keep an eye on Chantal and Lena, who have been puzzling for almost 2 hours, and they're both doing really great, both well over halfway of that puzzle.
Maybe about 4 pieces left for both of them.
Exactly. And I felt some frustration from Lena from time to time. She was like doing this. Yes, exactly.
Yes, that.
Just go on. Pick a color and try to put, let's say, 5 more pieces in. That's
maybe
doable.
with pink, or just pick a color.
Yeah.
It is a universal like sign of confusion though for speed puzzlers. I do see this very often, even sometimes with super fast people, that they're just like
10, 9, 8,
Come
7,
on, 2 more pieces.
6,
Go,
5,
go,
4, 3,
You can do
2,
it. I know
1.
it. Yes.
Stop.
Woo!
Oh,
And stop.
And
well done.
finished.
That was-
Congratulations.
Well done.
Yes. So
That was a little marathon for you too.
yeah, that is 2 hours. But yes, please count up your leftover pieces and add that to the timer website so we can use that for the rankings. And well done, Lena and Chantal. I think Minika said it was Chantal's first time to be in the live stream. And yeah, I'm not familiar with Lena. Maybe that's also her first time to participate on the live. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Alex, for staying and sharing. Now we know a bit more about Bucharest and about the puzzling scene in Romania. And yes, if anybody knows any Romanians who are into puzzling, send
Anywhere
them,
in the world, pretty much.
Yeah. Send them the
Send it
link
to me,
to
yeah.
Bucharest Puzzle Club. So it's at Bucharest Jigsaw Puzzle Club on Instagram. And do you also have like a Facebook or what?
The Facebook page, yeah, at the moment we have an Instagram account and Facebook page. We do a lot of announcements and a lot of social media stuff there. We are in the process of forming an association, an official association around our Jigsaw Puzzle Club, which is a good thing. We can kind of be legal with a lot of things and organize better, more events, have sponsorships and stuff like that. And we're looking to kind of expand it and kind of encourage this in every larger city where there are other groups. And eventually, why not a national association, maybe a national championship, and then all the things that we're jealous of you guys because you already have it.
Well, we can't wait to hear about any national championship in Romania.
I cannot wait.
Hopefully, they would be open for internationals as well.
Well, of course, I will try to motivate. If it's in my power in any kind of way, I will advise that and I will support that, and we'll see each other. We see you there if you want to.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Well, we wish you all the best with growing the community there and already what you've done. So yes, we have the piece counts from Chantal and Lena, and yes, we bring this live stream to a close. Thank you to everybody who has puzzled, who has commented and been a viewer. And this is the last live stream before the World Series. So we thank everyone and wish everybody good luck. You're the three of you will going there. Now we have we have another face to watch out for on the live stream. Alex from Romania.
We'll also be there. Yeah, so 5 people from our club are going, and then 2 people from another city. So we're 7 Romanians total.
That's a great number.
Yeah. We will keep a watch out. Yeah. We have 2 or 3 people that are pretty fast, and I think they're going to do really well. The rest of us hope to finish some puzzles in time. We're scared of the panorama the most. That's the hardest one somehow.
Yes, well, we're going to find out what the puzzles are. Can't wait to see you there as well. And thank you so much for having us on the live stream, Michelle.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for
everyone.
And good evening, everybody. And see you at the next one. Bye.
Bye.